Greetings from MWN.com. Dr. M. Wilson, formerly Vice Principal and Head of Department of Commerce, Scott Christian College, Nagercoil, is delighted in presenting this session. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel MWN.com. Conceptual and theoretical model. A conceptual model is a framework that outlines the variables and concepts in a study, while a theoretical model is a framework that provides a broad view of the research problem. The terms conceptual framework and theoretical framework are commonly used in referring to the overall structure that shapes a research project. Conceptual model. Conceptual models are abstract, psychological representations of how tasks should be carried out. People use conceptual models subconsciously and intuitively as a way of systematizing processes. The important aspects of conceptual models are stated as follows. 1. Focus of conceptual model. A conceptual model focuses on the specific research problem. 2. Purpose of conceptual model. A conceptual model guides data collection and interpretation. A conceptual framework is like a roadmap for the research study. It helps to visualize the research project and put it into action. It defines the relevant variables for the study and maps out how they might relate to each other. 3. Uses of conceptual model. Conceptual frameworks have different uses in different types of studies. In quantitative studies, a conceptual framework might be used to determine survey questions or data points, or to generate a hypothesis for explanations and predictions. In qualitative studies, a conceptual framework might be used to provide a working hypothesis or a set of research questions, or to identify or explore categories in descriptive research. A conceptual model is used to draw conclusions and map out the variables in a study. 4. Features of conceptual model. A conceptual model outlines the variables and concepts in a study, and the relationships between them. Theoretical model. A theoretical model is a framework that uses abstract ideas to explain a phenomenon. It can also be related to predict future outcomes. It's a key part of the research process, and is often used by researchers and other professionals to structure their thinking. The important aspects of theoretical models are stated as follows. 1. Focus of theoretical model. A theoretical model provides a broad view of the research problem. 2. Purpose of theoretical model. A theoretical model guides the overall approach to the research problem. A theoretical framework introduces and describes the theories underpinning the research problem. Thus, theoretical frameworks support research by describing and/or drawing from relevant theoretical aspects obtained in previous work. In master's research, there might be one or two theoretical frameworks. For a Ph.D., 3 or more theoretical frameworks might be involved. 3. Features of theoretical model. A theoretical model explains phenomena by applying a particular theoretical lens. 4. Use of theoretical model. A theoretical model describes the theoretical underpinnings of a study. Application of conceptual and theoretical models. 1. Both conceptual and theoretical models are often used in dissertations or theses. 2. Both models can be used if the research involves investigating relationships between variables. 3. Theoretical model can be used if the research involves complex theories. Difference between a concept and a theory. 1. A concept is an idea that has been formally developed and organized. A theory is a set of concepts, models, principles, definitions, etc. that make sense of a phenomenon by determining relationships among variables. Theories are established and validated by experiments and evidence. 2. A conceptual framework is composed of several concepts. Further, a conceptual framework may include a theoretical framework. By itself, one theory alone can serve as a theoretical framework. 3. Conceptual frameworks identify factors influencing a particular field. Example: a conceptual framework for this study might consider how junk food consumption and maximum heart rate affect the relationship between exercise and obesity. A theoretical framework arises from outcomes beyond a single study, based on one or more theories. Example: Newton's law of motion, Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection. Construction of a conceptual and theoretical framework. A conceptual framework is created before the start of experiments in research study. It may be in a written or diagrammatic format. It should represent expected relationships between variables. In a theoretical framework, the researcher read and reviewed the literature to identify long-standing themes for inquiry. The researcher should list all constructs and variables and consider how the variables are related to a theory.